Okay, I just want to thank everyone for coming. Number one, we're going to talk about something which I don't think they teach it in the school in yeshiva here, and that's because here they're mainly teachers are here to teach you to get perfection. Your main thing is to study Torah, obviously, no question about it. Thank God your parents take care of you. You don't have to worry about mortgage. You don't have to worry about costs. Hopefully the inflation hasn't touched you. Still, your parents. Hey, can I have your attention, please? We have to make sure if you have to make sure go out, come back for the pizza. I have no problem. I'm very serious. Okay, do not come here to make fun because I don't enjoy it. We're in the same team. Thank you. So what happens is, I'm sure that your parents, they give you the same quality type of food, house, everything. So your main thing is to sit and learn. However, there's another part in Yiddishkeit, in Judaism too, and that's to help others. That's what we're going to discuss. In last week's parsha, the Torah talks about giving tzedakah, charity. And the Torah says, for example, if somebody comes to you, do not close your arms, do not close your heart, and actually open up your hands. What does the Torah say? Such things at length. Don't close your heart, don't close your hands, and open up your hands. So here Shulchan Aruch says that actually if somebody gives tzedakah, he's doing two mitzvahs. Mitzvah number one, he's opening up his hands. Number two, he's not transgressing a negative commandment of closing his heart. If somebody doesn't give tzedakah to a poor person, and we think that he's able to give, so then he's actually doing two transgressions. He didn't do the positive commandment of giving tzedakah, and also transgress the negative commandment of not closing his heart. Now, this is something that actually the Torah gave us this mitzvah 3,300 and some years ago. The whole world understands what tzedakah is. They might even give for personal reasons. They want to get famous, I'm saying, whatever. They make foundations. Every millionaire or rich guy that you find in the world, they have some foundation they give money to. And they're proud of it. I'm saying, whatever the reason is. Because actually, concept of charity giving to somebody else became a worldwide thing. And as we get closer to coming of Mashiach, many mitzvot in the Torah become more universal. Because people are figuring out the truth more and more. That's open. That's easy. However, one thing that we do forget is that we always think tzedakah is only with our money. But there's actually another side to tzedakah that we're going to discuss. Let's prove that. Number one, it says if you save one life, it's as if you have saved what? The entire world, right? Somebody's dying, give him food. You're a doctor, heal him, you save the entire world. But you know that the Gemara in Sanhedrin says something a little bit different. If somebody teaches Torah, his friend's child is as if he created him. The Gemara says in Sanhedrin. Why? So you guys are Talmidei Chacham in the Torah Chaim, is one of the Mefarshim on the Gemara. He says because everybody has a neshama and a goof and a body. Just like body needs food to be able to exist, the neshama needs food to exist too. What's the food of the neshama? Studying Torah. So when you teach somebody Torah, you're actually making his neshama alive. So what do we see from this Gemara and Torah Chaim? That really tzedakah is not only with your money. So now let's discuss from tzedakah, and it's called Gimulus Chasadim, by the way. Kind deeds. Sure, you guys know what's the difference of tzedakah and Gimulus Chasadim? Tzedakah is only with your money, only to a living person, and only to a poor person. Right? But Gimulus Chasadim is to poor and rich alike, is to living and dead alike. You could do Chasadim to a person that passed away, and it's not limited to your money. You could do it with your time, give advice to somebody, cheer somebody up. So, what? Yeah, exactly. You pray for them, you say Kaddish for them. It's not a joke, Yom Kippur, you ask your parents, they give tzedakah for great-grandparents that passed away. It helps the neshama to go higher. Anyways, there's a halacha, because let me ask you. Imagine a guy, God forbid, nobody should have it. He goes to shuls and he collects money for himself. He has no money, he's poor. So he actually lives on tzedakah. Does he have to give tzedakah to another poor person?
No.
Yes.
Who says no? Who says yes?
Yes.
No.
Who says no?
Okay.
Okay. So then Shulchan Aruch says, actually his brother in Siman Reish Mem Ches in Yeridea, that everybody is obligated to give tzedakah, even a poor man that collects money for himself, he has to give some to another poor person. Now, at the beginning, sounds so illogical. Why is God so strict with him? The poor guy has no money for himself; he's collecting money. But the commentators say the Torah is teaching us a great thing. We are not only receivers and takers. No matter what situation we are in, we could all be givers. That's a great lesson that we learn. Even someone that's collecting money for himself, He barely collects $50 or $100 a day. Doesn't cover the rent, doesn't cover anything, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, he's a giver too. He's not only a taker. So from tzedakah, we can learn for Gimilus Chasadim. You guys are young. Your main thing is to learn Torah, no question about it. But again, do I have an obligation to help my friend to do Gimilus Chasadim? So we're going to discuss that. I try to be a good boy, I promise. Are you here to catch my mistakes? Please do. This is Persian to Persian, you know that. Yeah, anyway, so we're going to actually, so from this halach of tzedakah, we learn that even a poor person could be a giver. Even someone that collects money gives to somebody else. So let's go through actually Gimilus Chasadim is the same way too. But again, I want to remind you guys, your main thing is to study Torah. Don't go running around doing Gimilus Chasadim. In your free times, you can do it. Let me just share a couple stories with you. There's a Hasidic saying that says, if you know Aleph, teach Aleph to somebody else. All you know is Aleph, nothing else. But there's somebody else that knows less than you, share with him, teaching the Aleph. There was actually one guy that, his name is Mr. Brin, I think. Herb Brim, I think his name was. He was actually an editor of Heritage newspaper. I don't think it exists anymore. So it's a Jewish newspaper. It used to be a Jewish newspaper. I think it's already out of business. And then one time he came to the Lubavitcher, was saying, I don't know too much Judaism. He knew a few words in Yiddish, that's all he knew. He knew a couple of things in Judaism. Do I have the right to be the editor for this Jewish newspaper? I don't know anything. So the rabbi's answer to him was, and what gives you the right to hold back what you know? Same idea of tzedakah. If you know something, share with somebody else. Now, sometimes you might think, okay, knowledge of Torah, yes. What if I'm not religious yet? Or I'm not really a guy that sits and learns the whole time? Can I go tell some I'm religious, or whoever is religious? It's not about public school. But here, let's say I'm not such a big learner, let's say. Do I have the right to tell somebody else, let's sit and learn? No. So there was a story too, that somebody was in a college and he came to the rabbi for l'chaim, right? You say l'chaim sometimes with grape juice? All you guys could get married even before 21. The only problem is you have to drink grape juice under the kufa because you can't have alcohol. And I'm just kidding. No one's gonna tell. Please do not get married that young. Learn Torah first. What? No one's gonna tell. No one can tell the difference. Yeah, make sure it's white grape juice so your suit doesn't get dirty. That's what they tell the Chassan Kadosh, to bring white wine. So if it spills, it doesn't get dirty. Correct? Anyways, so he came to say l'chaim, and then the rabbi asked him, do you tell your roommates or college students to put on tefillin? He says, how can I? I'm struggling myself to put on tefillin. Guess what the answer was? He says, and why is it his fault? That because you don't put on tefillin? So again, I don't understand what the answer was. They don't understand it. Is first of all, we have an obligation to bring somebody else closer. But number two, just the opposite. Maybe start putting on tefillin. Is that guy at fault because you don't want to work on yourself to put on tefillin? But again, from this, we learn that whatever we know, actually, we are a giver. We are not just receivers, people. It's very important to know. Especially you guys that are blessed, honestly, to have such good teachers that have took their time again and again. I'm sure they're not only learn with you the Gemara once. If you have a problem, they'll learn it again, right? Again, I hear that you guys have sometimes mishmar. Believe me, I was a teacher myself for 8 years. When somebody gives up from his own free time to be in a class, to take care of students, definitely is a noble thing. And I know that the teachers here do it, right? So definitely have what to give to others. And sometimes it's the way you act, you have something to give to others. If everybody walks in the way of Kiddush Hashem, acting in the way of Kiddush Hashem, somebody else sees you, they will actually be attracted to become more religious. Thank you for listening, everybody. Please be in your places, guys. We'll come to you. Yes. Can you announce that? Fine, give me one. Oh, that's can you give me one? Hey, I got right here. What? You got any? No. Took the whole bunch? I'm taking some. Here, right. Right. So what was it? Bon. Anybody want to?
I got take
There's not a break. Besides, we have double click.
Thank you, Rabbi. I made that, Rabbi. I made that. All me. Oh, this guy.
Oh, that's good. I don't.
Oh, this is a rush. Oh, you have to try it.